Hello, I'm Vincent Narvaez, and this is my internship experience at TAMUCC. While I was here doing my internship, the two places that I did most of my time was in the exercise physiology lab with Dr. Snar and the biomechanics lab with Dr. Appelquist. Here we have the exercise physiology lab, and here we have the treadmill, the met cart, and the arm crank. And this is where we got most of our data during our data collection. That was mainly using the Met cart, which when there's a participant has a tube and it connects to the computer, which measures things like kcals, RER, and VO2 max. And while I was in this lab, most of the objectives dealt with data collection, especially in the first half of the semester. A lot of it was mainly learning how the machines worked in the lab, like the bod pod, the DEXA, the Met card, as I mentioned earlier. And a lot of it was learning the procedures that Dr. Snar had for each participant. Not every participant did the exact same thing. Some did the treadmill, some did the arm crank, as well as a circuit. So it was good to know how each individual session was going to go beforehand. That way, when things happened, you were ready to go. Uh, During the second half of the semester, once we stopped doing data collection every day, the main preference was on a poster presentation for the Circa conference. And a lot of that was we were writing the abstracts for it and designing the posters for it, as well as practicing the poster to make sure we were ready for the conference to be judged. So a lot of the objectives for that was understanding that we were going to be speaking publicly, as well as understanding the poster that I was presenting. Next, we have the biomechanics lab, and in this lab I would work directly under Dr. Appelquist or his GA Caleb. And during the first half of this semester for this internship was mainly on a poster presentation for TAMUCC. And again, a lot of that was just learning how to speak publicly, being ready, and understanding the poster that I was presenting. And then in the second half, we were able to do more data collection. So we were, as well as doing the poster and going to TAMUCC, we were learning a new camera system called Theia. And Theia is a markerless motion capture that we got earlier this semester. And it's a brand new system for us to work with, so it took a while to understand the ins and outs of the system. But towards the end of the semester, in the back half, we were able to get some participants and actually get some hands-on work and some actual data from Theia, so that way next time we're able to streamline it and be ready to go for more participants. Here we have a picture of the biomechanics lab, and the cameras are set up in a circle. That way each camera the participant is in the center, and each camera has at least a little bit of a view of the participant. And that's how it collects the data for making the 3D models for the motion capture. The best experience I had would be from the poster presentations. It was really good practice, and overall the experience was really good. Public speaking is one of the hardest things for me, so having to do these presentations was a good way to get my kind of feet wet in how presentations go at these kind of conferences, because I had never been to one. So it was a good experience overall because I did enjoy being there, as well as I enjoyed the practice and getting ready for the actual public speaking, because again, that's something that I struggle with very heavily because it's not something I like to do. For the most challenging experience, I wanted to put the posters as well, again, because of the public speaking, but I ended up deciding that the technology itself that I had to learn was pretty challenging. So in the exercise physiology lab, we have the bod pod, the DEXA, the Metcar, and things like that that were very new to me. So I had to learn exactly how they work. That way, if I was told to use it for a participant for data collection, I was ready to go to help out. And in the biomechanics lab, a lot of it was the Thea, and those cameras were very, very hard to work with, especially with the software itself. But once we got those down, it is satisfying to finally sit down and actually collect data from both of these sources. If I could do anything differently from this experience, it would definitely be to go to every conference that I can. There was one conference that I missed earlier this semester, mainly due to availability. But if I could, I would definitely try to go on my own to get more experience in the conference kind of field. Another thing I would like to take advantage of is just to take more time to practice publicly speaking in front of, doing the poster presentations just in front of anybody, just to kind of get those jitters out and things like that. Because once I was there and presenting it, I was ready to go, and it felt better actually presenting there than it did during practice. So it really worked out. And the most important professional lesson I learned would be to not be afraid to make mistakes as long as you learn from them, and that not everything in research needs to be quote unquote right. I thought these kind of went hand in hand because I made quite a few mistakes while I was doing my internship here, but uh, I felt that I learned from them and got better from learning from those mistakes. And that one of the big things in research that I realize is not what I think it is that not everything has to be right. In that I don't have to be proven correct in everything that I do, and sometimes it is better to be wrong. But that was my experience as an intern here at TAMUCC. Thank you.